software development life cycle. So what topics we are going to cover today is software development life cycle and different phases of software testing life cycle as well, in which we have covered requirement analysis, test planning, test case development, environment setup, test case executions, and test cycle closure. Then I am telling you about what kind of roles play in testing team organization. Okay, so first, what is software development life cycle? You all have idea about it, I think, maybe. So software development life cycle is a process which includes various phases that are followed to develop the software application. So, as I earlier told you, that for delivering any product into market, you have to follow some process. So, the process is called is software development life cycle. Uh, like I want to create and develop a software. So, what steps we take? We describe it here. Okay. So, first phase of software development life cycle is requirement. So what is requirement? Like I'll give you an example. I am hungry and I told you that I want to eat something. Okay. And so you ask me what you want to eat. Okay. So I'm telling you I'm hungry. I want to eat some spicy thing and some Indian cuisine. So first you want to know all kind of thing that what kind of dish I want to eat. If I want to eat some spicy dish and you serve me some sweet, so I will be not happy with it. So this is the simple thing. So requirement in requirement phase, when a company start development of any application, so what comes in requirement? He first gather the like project. I am a I am a customer. I want I contact a IT company, means vendor. So he create and develop the application for me. So first I have to give some information about him to what my requirements, what kind of application I want from there. So this is the thing. So I'll give you example. I'm a brand owner, in which I'm selling some antique items. So I want to develop a app. I contact to IT company and send them what is my requirement. Like मेरे पास सारे तरीके के एंटिक आइटम्स हैं जिन्हें मैं ऑनलाइन सेल करना चाहती हूँ, तो उसके लिए मैं एक एप्लीकेशन बनाना चाहती हूँ. तो वो सारी रिक्वायरमेंट्स कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्टोर आई वांट इन माय एप्लीकेशन, what kind of UI user interface I want in my application, what kind of procedure I want कि end user आके मेरी application से antique item ले, and what is my shipping procedure. So these kind of information I have to give the IT company. Then the IT company understand what is my requirement. They understand what's going on, what is the target audience. Like when you want to develop any application, first you focus what kind of end user will use it. If like I've give you a real time example, how Swiggy and Zomato come in place. Further, we don't have any food online food application from where you place order and it comes to your door and serve you food. So this is the idea. So first what they understand the market needs. There are no any application available from where you can order food online from many restaurants and it comes to your door and deliver the food. So they first understand the requirement, then what user needs, what kind of thing they want their application, how the system is. So requirement is the thing where you gather all kind of information about the system from market, from the stakeholder. What is stakeholder is the customer who wants to develop application for him. Here's the term is stakeholder, and he gives all kind of information. Then in the requirement phase, we analysis the risk to develop the application also. There is no any risk, expect what kind of application you want from us. So the all kind of thing comes in this place. The second is analysis and design. After gathering all kind of information, in requirement phase, BA, business analyst, they gather all kind of information and prepare a doc which is called FRS and SRS. The FR is a functional requirement document in which all kind of functionality which going to build in the software are mentioned, and SRS all kind of specification are specified, like what is the design, what kind of module we can use it to develop the software. The term is module. What is module? Like you are using Facebook, so in Facebook you have many options like pages, photo albums, your live video sessions, the different kind of thing. So for each application they have several modules, and they have different kind of feature. Like you using WhatsApp, you when you click on the setting option, you have different things like account setting, your security, your profile management. So this is our module for WhatsApp. Okay, so we analyze what modules are going to build in the application. Like I also want to create a application like Swiggy or Zomato. So I give my requirement to IT company. They prepare a document in which what kind of module I want in them. So user can buy, user can place a order for food from different restaurant. So what I want to show in the front, where user can directly focus. The analyze and design part, where we analyze what is the requirement and develop the high level design and low level design. In high level design, we give the main basic idea. These are modules where we are giving this kind of feature so user can use this application. In level module, we also design this function is going to be. So analyze and design, it's a part when you are design the uh, wireframes of the application. Okay, the next one is the implementation phase, means developing. Now the software application go into the implementation phase, when developer do coding and write the program according to the requirements. Okay, this phase takes too much time because this is the main part where the application is really going to develop. And then the testing phase. After developing the software, it comes into testing phase where the tester verify that the application working as expected and it meets the requirement or not. Then we come then it's called going into deployment. So once our testing is closed and our application is stable and bug free and working as expected, then it's going into production in deployment phase, and we deliver the product into market. Once the application is deployed, it go into maintenance phase. If we developed application, it requires some maintenance. After we want if client want to upgrade some feature on it, he wants some enhancement, or if some features are not tested yet, or we going to deliver some new features, so it all coming in the maintenance phase. So we deliver, like you all seen some upgrade and update option in all kind of application you are using. So they are enhancing their software and deliver it to market, so you can use the upgraded service of the application. So here I'm basically give you an idea of SDLC, so you know what is SDLC. Our main part is SDLC, how we develop STLC play important role in SDLC because when the software comes into testing phase, there is a kind of activity which is performed on the software. So what kind of procedure called in software testing? It's come in STLC part. Okay. So uh, do you have any query in SDLC life cycle? Anyone? Okay, so I'm moving further. What is STLC? So in STLC, the first phase is requirement analysis. Okay, uh, the customer contact to a BA, IT company, they write a document. Like I am a customer. मैंने अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट्स आईटी कंपनी को बताई है कि मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, आई वांट टू एस्टैब्लिश माय ब्रांड, आई वांट टू I want a simple online store from where user can search my different kind of category products. He can buy it from my online store. Okay, I give all kind of information to them. Then the BA asks me, what are your target audience? So they are kind of different kind of target audience. So we always have a mindset what kind of user going to use this application. Then we develop our requirement and describe them. Okay, like I'm developing like customer give me requirement to develop a software for specialized persons. So the main concern how they are is the easy way to develop in the application and the easy procedure so they can use it in very easy way. Okay, so in requirement analysis what is come, when I told to BA that this is my requirement, they draft a SRS document. Okay, now the testing comes parallel when the requirement are finalized and the FRS document comes in place. So the tester start studying the document with the testing team. Like I'm a tester. Once the FRS come into place, we all brainstorming onto it. So we call a meeting. So all testers are discuss about the requirement which clients need. We discuss each and every requirement which is written into FRS document and SRS document. What is the functional approach? It is suitable or not according to the client requirement, which you are BA says we develop this function into this module. Like the customer is always give their requirement. Okay, बट बीए उस रिक्वायरमेंट को फंक्शन करते हैं कि मैंने एक रिक्वायरमेंट दी है कि मेरा आई वांट ये मेरा प्रोडक्ट है, मैं अपनी ऑनलाइन स्टोर पे जाके मेरा एंड यूजर आएगा वो इस तरीके से वो यहाँ से इसे परचेज कर सकता है. अब इसका जो फ्लो होगा वो लिखा होता है एसआरएस में कि दिस इज द फ्लो. यहाँ से आपका एंड यूजर आएगा, किस स्पेस से आएगा, लाइक होम स्क्रीन से, आपके स्टोर से, what button he clicks, then what function get called, it all written in the SRS document. So the tester analyze it. It is what is written in the FRS and SRS document are correct or not. It meets the client requirement or not. What clients really need, what clients wants from our application, the function is suited or not according to it. Okay, then QA team, yeah, means the tester also contact and have a meeting with the client and understand what is requirement, and then read the SRS and FRS document. It is suitable for customer need or not. Okay, so the first phase is also called the requirement phase testing. So requirement phase testing is a requirement analysis. So who perform the requirement analysis testing is performed by the tester. They test they analysis the requirement document according to testing view. uh, like when FRS come to me, I read all kind of requirement, but I'm not reading it only in a positive way. For if you are a good tester, you have to think about in both way, positive or negative. It is, if it is the application work in positive way with valid inputs, so how did going be work? But if a user input some invalid data in it, so how it will be react? Like I'm a new user to Facebook, okay? I'm first time going to log in into Facebook. I don't have any account on it. Okay, so when I go to Facebook screen, I saw their email ID and insert email ID and password. I'm very new to it. I don't know what to do. So if I'm directly insert my email ID and password on it and click on sign in button, and the Facebook does not give me any kind of error message, so I don't get any idea about it what happening. According to me, I am inserting a valid credential on it, but the main basic reason why I'm not able to log in into the application, because I don't have any account in the app. So first I have to create an account. So if this message is not showing to user, so he's not going to he's not understand what's wrong he's doing with the application. So for requirement analysis phase, user thinks this is the requirement, it's work in positive way like this. They understand the functional thing or non-functional thing, these are working fine or not. Then there is a automation feasibility. In testing, manual testing and automation testing, both kind of testing performed. In manual, we are check the all kind of requirement by doing manual testing on the system. Like I want to check the login screen, so I manually insert my data into it. But in automation, I have to create a script which use coding knowledge also. So by using automation tool, I write a script and run into the software, so it automatically fills the login form and sign up. So in requirement phase testing, the tester also understand it is automation feasible or not, because many application don't want automation testing, they only want manual testing due to some financial issue, due to there is no need to on automation on it, or the lack of timing. So this is our requirement phase testing. There are two terms, is entry criteria and exit criteria. So what is entry criteria and exit criteria? Entry criteria gives the prerequisite item that must be completed before testing. So before starting the requirement testing, you have something, yeah, like it's a precondition. Up in you can understand entry criteria equals to before you going to this phase, what kind of action you have to perform. And exit is equals to after, if after is after completion of this phase, what document you require. Like I'm inserting into requirement phase. So what is my requirement? SRS document in place. If I don't have FRS and SRS document, then I'm not able to start the requirement analysis phase, and I'm not going to analyze the requirement. And what is the exit phase? Exit phase, after analyzing the requirement, I have to create the RTM. What is RTM? RTM is requirement traceability metrics. Traceability metrics in which all requirements are mapped with the test scenarios. Okay, so we have covered, like if this test scenario is passed, then our requirement is fulfilled. I tell you what is test scenario. Like I want to test a application, like I'm going to Facebook again. Okay, so I want to test Facebook sign up form. So what is what is test scenario? So the test scenario is to check whatever the sign up page, sign up screen is working fine with the valid credential. Okay, so I'm inserting all kind of valid credential, like I'm inserting name into name field, email id into email id field. So these are my basic and valid credential for this sign up form. So this is called test scenario. I'm later on describe you what is test scenario, test cases, so you have idea what is going on. Okay, so the entry criteria is the precondition for any phase to start the any phase, and exit criteria is the completion of any phase. Before completing the phase, you have this document in your hand, then you jump into the next phase. Okay, so the first phase is requirement analysis phase in STLC. So do you have any query in STLC requirement analysis phase? Anyone? Okay, so now anyone can. Jyoti. Okay, Jyoti, tell me what is requirement analysis in STLC phase. Jyoti Tiwari.
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
requirement analysis in STLC? I want to check you are understanding what I want to say. Otherwise, there is no mean. So, what is requirement analysis?
Ma'am, it is getting the requirement from the customers that means it. If we are analyzing it, that all the requirements are fulfilled or not, like whichever we have got from the client, so those requirements are fulfilled or not.
Okay, very good. Okay, now moving further. So, I hope this phase is clear to.
Ma'am,
Yeah, yeah. Ask me.
ma'am, I have a question that you have said that sometime due to lack of time, we does not perform automation testing.
Yeah.
But as much I know, automation testing is for the less time.
Right, but like you want first creating the software application, okay? But first it described like you have only 6 months to complete the application. So first we have to perform check the application working as expected. Automation comes in place when you have to do repetitive task and with n number of user, like in Selenium is used for functional testing. You have to create 100 virtual user on login form. Then you want to use the Selenium as an automation tool, and you write a script with 100 number of user, so you can perform on it. But it's depend on the customer need, they want automation or not. When you goes to service based company, the customer decide he wants to expand their budget on the automation engineer or not, because it's also requires some time. You have to write the automation script. If there is a simple application where automation is not required, and they want the first they deliver the application into market, then after delivering the software, now the n number of user they want to check how the performance is. So after production, they also come place, the automation comes place, and they write the script. So this is the flow. Sometimes,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. So this is the requirement analysis phase. Now moving further, the second phase is test planning. So what is test planning? Now I have idea what is our requirement, and now I have to document it, how our testing strategy going on the application. So a senior QA manager determines the test plan strategy. What is test strategy? Test strategy, what kind of testing performed on the application. There are n number of testing which you tester performed on the application. So we have to decide what kind of procedure we are going to follow. Like first comes in place when you receive the build, what kind of testing you perform on the build. Then what kind of efforts required, like how much time it consume. The cost estimation, like if you allocate some resource, so it's also requires some cost from the client. So the cost estimation for the project, the resource, how much resource are required to test the application, like 2, 3, or 1. It is, if it is a small application, then one tester is enough. But if it is a major application with major modules and complex scenario, so you have the multiple team member in it. So you have to decide what is resource, then what is test environment needed. Like when you start testing of the game application, okay, so what environment is required, the test environment, how much memory you required to run the application on the system, how graphics you used. So for this, what kind of test environment is required to test this application, what is test limitation, like what is in scope and out scope. So in scope modules are in which we perform the testing. Like there are several modules, but we can't test the some modules. Like we in e-commerce site, there are, when we are placed the order, our transaction going by the third party. Like when you place the order through Flipkart, and they redirected to their payment gateway. So the payment gateway is a third party. This is not the part of the application. They only send request to the third party, and the transaction procedure is held on the third party. So this is out of scope for us. We are only testing the inbuilt modules in the application. We are not testing the third party. Okay. So this is test limitation, where we specify these are our in scope module, means हम इस पे टेस्ट कर सकते हैं, हमारे इन स्कोप मॉड्यूल्स हैं. एंड व्हाट इज आउट ऑफ स्कोप मॉड्यूल, हम इन सारे मॉड्यूल्स पे टेस्ट नहीं करेंगे, बिकॉज ये थर्ड पार्टी है, ये हमारी एप्लीकेशन का पार्ट नहीं है. या फिर अभी जो हमारे डेडलाइन में करना है उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम जब, like you are learning agile from Rajiv sir, they are taught you. So in a sprint we also decide that for this sprint it's a in scope module or this is out of scope module. We're going to test it after it. So this is test limitation. The testing schedule determine what in test plan we are doing. We are scheduling each and every testing type, and how the testing perform on the application, what kind of different testing you have performed on the application, what resources required to complete the testing on the application, what kind of test environment you want, what are your test limitation. Like in the application, clients want the performance testing, but in service based company all are these things depend on clients. If they expend their budget on it, then the IT company provides a performance tester on it. If they are not providing amount for it, so they are not going to test this. So this is the requirement which is fixed on the requirement and initial proposal. According to it, we plan our test planning. So the test plan we are Manish sir describe you in detail in tomorrow session. So he describe you and write a test plan for you for a project. So you have the idea what is the practical approach for test plan, and you go to the depth each and step, learn about it. Okay. So this is the test plan. So anyone have any query about it? What is test plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, as we determining all the factors that affect our test cases, so ma'am, designing of test cases is done in test phase or in further phases?
It is designing is a part of SDLC. After in test plan we only document it कि what we are going to perform on the testing phase. Okay. Like मैं पहले से decide कर रही हूँ कि मुझे ये activity. Yeah. Hello.
So ma'am, test cases are already designed in STL's requirement phase.
No. This time to you only verify analysis what are the requirement it is. You brainstorming it. आप सिर्फ उस टाइम समझ रहे हो कि रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है. अगर उसमें आपको कोई मिसमैच लगता है तो आप उसे रेस करते हो बीए को, क्लाइंट को, कि ये चीजें कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कर रही हैं. उस टाइम आप टेस्ट डिजाइन नहीं कर रहे हो. टेस्ट केस डिजाइन होता है टेस्ट प्लान बनने के बाद. आपका टेस्ट प्लान आपका डिसाइडेड है. ओके. अभी
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
हाँ नेक्स्ट फेज में आएगा व्हाट इज टेस्ट केसेस. ओके, सो इन टेस्ट प्लान यू राइट अ डॉक्यूमेंट इन विच यू मेंशन व्हाट स्टेप्स आर गोइंग टू टेक इन टेस्टिंग फेज, like what kind of testing you perform, how you design the test cases, how much time you take to design the test cases, how much time you take to create the test data, how much time you take to design the test environment. So these are all documented because it goes to the PM that this time taken by the testing team to perform the testing. Because for completing any project, first the leads give the timeline that this is a timeline we need to complete and accomplish our task. Like developer also give their deadline, then this time I have completed this module functionality. So like same goes for the testing as well. So in test mail we have documented everything that this is this we are going to follow this things required to complete the testing and how much time it will take and how much resource we are required to complete the testing. Okay, so test plan is a document only. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, like in SDLC, we are using agile methodology to develop up to follow the life cycle of a project. So, ma'am, in SDLC, we are following agile only, or some other methodology is there?
There are different kind of methodology, like yesterday you learn about the different kind of models. Okay, waterfall model, spiral model, V model. Currently agile is in boom, so we are using agile. Why? Because in agile all things are done parallelly. From the requirement phase, testing come in place, in which you have to analyze the requirement. Then the design phase, tester do test the design according to the requirement or not. So agile is currently used in many companies because it's in this testing is come in each and every step. So if the testing team involved in the requirement phase, so if you have any mismatch, any missing of requirement, so you can check it and ask to the stakeholder and client that this requirement is not feasible for your application. So like I told you, if the on the later stages we get to know about it, yeah, that there is a requirement mismatch or some requirement conflicts with each other, some function conflicts with each other, they are not functioning well, so it's caused many losses like resource losses, waste of time, waste of energy, and budget also, because clients only give money for the timeline decided by the ID company. If you take more than time, then they not pay for it. So it's always come. Agile use currently in many companies almost they use agile. In agile there are different kind of methodology, like sir, Rajiv sir told you scrum methodology. There are different kind of methodology in agile also. So it depend on
Okay,
the
ma'am.
company what they want to
Yes, ma'am.
use. Okay.
Okay.
सो मैम वी मॉडल क्यों नहीं यूज करते हम?
V model, there are always drawbacks for each model. In V model, there is a two phases are coming around, like validation and verification. Maybe Manish sir told you about verification, validation in V model. So there is a drawback also V model. In Agile, we are parallelly do testing. So if any miscommunication or missing of requirement or anything is missed, so it comes in the earlier stages, so we are not going to suffer a lot. This is come the agile first, where in the previously we use V model, but as agile is coming in place, then many companies use agile scrum things. This is the way.
ओके मैम.
So this is our test planning phase. Okay, so after document each and everything in test plan, the test case development in place. So what is test case development? Now I know what is the requirement of the customer. Now I documented what kind of strategy I have used in the to test the application. So what is test case design? In test case, like I am telling you, okay, so this is Facebook. Okay, this is Facebook sign up form where you can see multiple fields are there: first name, surname, mobile number, email address, new password. Okay, so I want this is like Facebook. For any application you have several modules, you have to design the test scenario and test cases for it. Like I'm giving you create a test cases for sign up screen of Facebook. Okay, so what I can do, first I check the UI of this page. It is like you can see the Facebook logo is display and the on the left corner of the application, and the email password are display, and the boundary color is blue. So the UI, what is UI? User interface, in which you have check all kind of alignment of the objects, their color, their font size, all kind of things. Like the Facebook font size, what is the Facebook font size? Its logo in Facebook, F is capital or small. It's all come in the UI test cases. Okay, in which we have checked the user interface. What is user interface? How much you are interactive with the user. Okay, so I'm going to a site which is not symmetric, which colors uh, is too burly, or it's very highlighted color, so it is not eye catchy, so user not satisfied with it. So for this, when we developing any software, we use the formal colors, and which is eye catchy color, which you can see and you it's look good. Like uh, this is feel good and look good, which test with in the UI. There are two kind of test cases. First is UI and second is functional. So in UI, what we have covered the user interface, okay, in which we have checked is font size. You know about what is font size? Anyone know about it? What is font size?
Yes, ma'am. The size of text which appear on a web page.
Okay, good, right. So the font size, the font color, these things, okay. So first we check the UI of the application. So we have to write the test cases for it. Then in which we have described sign up button color, Facebook logo color, their font sizes. For in design phase, the wireframes are designed. So we have taken tech reference from them and matches it is same as not, which is developed in the wireframe, because the wireframe is given to client to verify it is good for him or not. It is as per his mindset, what is really want to look want from us, that this application look like this. So the wireframes we take reference and check the UI with it. So we write test cases first for UI, then we go to the functional. So functional scenarios. So what is functional scenario? Functionality, functional means how the application going work. Like I'm writing test cases for sign up screen. So what kind of scenario I have written functional test cases? So my test scenario, what is my first test scenario? The end user check the end user is able to sign up with his valid credential or not. Okay, so this is my test scenario. Okay, now after written the test scenario, I have to return the multiple test cases for it. Like a test scenario is a collection of multiple positive and negative test cases. Okay, so I write a summary what I'm going to check in this sign up form. I want to check the sign up procedure with reading valid credential for end user. So then I'm write test cases for it. So there are some positive test cases and there are some negative test cases, which I going to tell you the positive and negative testing in our tomorrow session, where we are develop the test cases and many things. So I tell you the difference between by writing the test scenarios and test cases. So you have give the main idea what is it. So we write positive test cases and negative test cases. So for Facebook, what I can do, first user insert all valid data in all fields. Okay, so in first name I insert my first name, then I insert my surname, uh, then mobile number or email address, which all are valid. Then I set a password for it. Then I insert my birth, date of birth, DOB. Then I choose gender and sign up on the form. This is the normal procedure what a normal user do. Okay, so this is my first test case for this sign up form. What is my second case for it? Now I write the negative test cases for it. So in which I have put a number for the first name, surname. Like you check, this is the name field. So name field always contains the character. In but sometimes user can use the words on numbering digit also in it. But the first name and surname field not surname and first name field not accept the special character. Okay, so we are not considering in many application special character as a name, but Facebook do. And then means I'm inserting my invalid mobile number which does not exist, so I have to check it is working or not. So these kind of things we have developed in our test case development. So it in test case development it involves the creation. So in test case development phase we create the test case document with all kind of test scenario according to the SRS. There are two way to write the test cases. First, as we now we have the FRS and SRS in place, we read it and according to it we write the test cases. Sometimes our designs are ready, our wireframes are ready, so we also take reference from them. Then this module looks like this, so we have to write test cases according to it. And then rework of test cases, test script. Like in test case development, we are not only creating the test cases, we verify the verification needed, rework. Like if I'm performing some test cases and it requires some rework. मैंने जैसे मैंने अभी फेसबुक के लिए एक टेस्ट केसेस लिखा है कि मेरे इन अगर मैंने फर्स्ट नेम के लिए जैसे आई डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया इट्स रिक्वायर्ड और नॉट बिकॉज इट्स नॉट मेंशन इन द FRS. So I write special characters are not should not allowed in first name and surname field. Okay, and I wrote it into the test case document. Then it's go to the test manager. They verifying it. Then they told me the customer wants a special character should be allowed in the first name and surname field. So what I have to do, I have to rework on the test cases and change it. So this is so it also come in test case development phase. Okay, so once I create the test case, verifying it, so it's go to the after creation of test case, it's go to the test manager, test lead. They verified it, it's according to the requirement. All scenarios are covered in this test case document. And any kind of rework, if you tester again do this also come in test case development phase. Any test script, like if automation required from the first frame for the application, so automation tester start scripting on it. So they they start the generic approach, what kind of test script required, they start creating of test script. It's also come in place in test case development. So like our test plan is ready. Now we have created our test test cases and test scenario as well. Then we develop the test data. Now what is test data? Okay, so in Facebook you can see, so if I want to directly check the login section, directly want to check the login section, so what can I have? I want some input. So what is like I want some correct email ID or password account which is already created with Facebook, their credential. Okay, so this is the input. Like I want to sign up on the Facebook. I want input like first name, surname, a mobile number, a email ID for checking or for testing any application. Like my test manager told me, please check Facebook. So I'm not gonna use my personal details for it. I'm not use my mobile data, my mobile number for it, my personal email ID. I want some test data, means some input which is creating for testing the application. Okay, so I use some testing mobile number which is are available online easily, and some testing email address. I have to create some Gmail accounts which I only use for testing purpose. Okay, there are several things like I want to do test the transaction procedure. So I want a credit card or debit card information. So as a tester, I'm not going to use my debit card or credit card. Why I want to invest my money for testing the application? Okay, so what can I collect? I first create the test data for it. Like I want to check the transaction procedure, so I have some test data like credit card information, testing credit card information, debit card information. So this is called test data. So test data creation is also come in place in test case development. Then it's created, reviewed, and reworked based on the precondition. All things are going same for the test data also. The test lead check it. It's according, the test data is according to the application which is required. Review it, and if it is any rework required according to the application, then this is also comes in test case development phase. So the QA team start the development process of test cases for individual unit. Okay, like I am, we having four tester in our team to check the application. So as a test lead, what can I do? I divide two or three modules to each team member, and they return the test cases according to allocate मॉड्यूल टू देम. ओके, सो अगर मुझे सिर्फ 2-3 मॉड्यूल मिले हैं तो मैं सिर्फ उसके टेस्ट केसेस लिखूंगी, और अगर अदर टीम मेंबर राइट्स अकॉर्डिंग टू राइट टेस्ट केसेस what module given to him. Okay, so this is the process in test case development phase. What we have covered, we write the test scenario and test cases, we create the test data. Okay, so after creating it go to the test lead or test manager. They review it. If any rework required, they review it. Okay, and so we rework on it. And also test script. If automation is a prior for the application, it's come first in place, we have to start our testing with automation. So test script also required to return in this phase. Okay, so this is test case development phase. Do you have any query on it? Okay, so moving further. Then the test environment setup. In test environment setup, it's developed by always the developer. They set the environment. This is a QA server. Like we are using 2 or 3 servers. The staging server, where first time they give us a build. So we testing on the staging of QA server. If we finalize the build, it is working fine, then we go to the application on the production server, on client server. Okay, so the environment setup, what is in test environment setup? It's include, like I give you example, I want to check a game application. So I want the graphic cards what are needed, what how much memory it's required to run this game. So these kind of setup already done before starting the testing. So this is the test environment setup. So test environment setup decide the software and hardware condition under which a work product is tested. Okay, so all kind of software and hardware required to test the application is comes into place in test environment setup. Okay, now the main and crucial part is test execution. I documented all things like test plans is documented, test cases documented. I set up an environment for the testing. Now the main testing come in place in test execution phase. The tester is testing the software builds is done on the test plan. Okay, so what is written in the test plan, what kind of test strategy we use. So we perform the different kind of testing on the application and execute the test cases which we have developed. Like we write test scenarios, so we execute the test case on the application, input the test data which is returned in the test cases, and check the expected and actual result. If it is mismatched, then we report the bug. And so the bug reporting and the defect go to the developer. They check it, verify it, and fix it. After fix it, they again go to the tester verify it is working or not. So this is the test execution flow. Okay, I'm telling you how defect bug life cycle goes on our later session. Also how we create test cases, how we execute them. Yeah, this will be shown in a live project to you, so you have better understanding how the testing execution process on the application. Okay, so in the test execution what we have covered, we actually doing testing of the application. Okay, so this is the execution part. If we have required automation, so in this case we run the test script and check the performance. And if the test script not runs well, founds any error, then we report it. So in test execution phase, we perform both kind of testing, functional and non-functional. In functional, we check all kind of functional activity performed on the application. In non-functional, we check the performance, security, scalability of the application, how the application reacts. Okay, so I'm telling you the difference between functional and non-functional in our next lecture, so you get more idea about it, what is functional testing and what is non-functional testing. The next one is test closure. After documented everything, after test execution, the last is test cycle closure. So for testing any application, we have to perform n number of test cycle on the application until the bug is not stable. Sorry, the application is not stable and bug free. Okay, there are not any major faults in the application, no requirement mismatch, not any major bug left in the software. We have to cover all area of the application. So for this we have to execute n number of test cycle which is returned already into the test plan. How much round we gonna take to complete the testing of the application. Due to some major issue come in place and it's not going to solve, so maybe what is written in the test plan, it might get mismatched, but we have to ensure that the on the closer level or that the product is defect free, is stable. But as we all know, no product is 100% bug free. There are some minor bugs, but the major bugs are not available in the software, and the bugs should not find by the end user or the beta tester, because it's not good for the application, or as a tester it's not going it's not good for you as well, because if any bug come into the software in production level, then it's your responsibility because it's missed by you. Okay, so in test cycle closure phase is the completion of test execution. Okay, we executing we executing test cases, we perform different kind of testing on the application, so which involves several activities like test completion reporting. The bug reporting is a crucial part. If you found a defect, you have to report it. The collection of test completion metrics and test results. We also get a status of RTM, that this scenario is covered, it's working fine, so this functionalities are working fine. The testing team members meet, discuss, analyze the testing artifacts. In this, now all team testing member analyze that all modules are working according to the requirement, what strategy they are used in future. If the same application, the same kind of application comes in future, so what kind of strategy they use. Like some loopholes are always there in any application, some misunderstanding, some miscommunication, some thing. So what you learn from this application, you always write it down. This should not if the same application you going to work, so this step we take, so this kind of uh, mistake not come in place in other application. Taking lessons from the current test cycle, like I'm executing a test cycle. My first test cycle is running on, and I'm miss a major module or a minor module, which is initially required to test the other test cycle. So this kind of lesson I learned. What is first I have to prioritize what modules are major modules for the application, then I have start my testing procedure according to it. So the idea too is to remove the process bottleneck for future test cycle. What is test cycle closure? In which testing team member discuss, this is going good in the test execution, this is going wrong. We have to understand that if any misunderstanding or any mishappening is occurred in this test application testing test cycles, so it should not come any other application. So we always learn some lesson after once we follow any procedure or we are doing something. So these lessons are important when we test the same kind of application, so it will beneficial. So in test cycle closure, we sure that the application working as expected and close it. This is a closure for our test cycle, that our testing is completed now we can deliver the software into market. So this is the software test cycle. Okay, so I know it's 12 o'clock, you all want to go for lunch. I'm taking 5 minutes more. Okay, so in requirement analysis, the entry and exit criteria. What is the entry criteria? We know the function and non-functional requirement. And the exit criteria. What is the exit criteria? After finishing the requirement phase testing, what document we have? RTM and automation feasibility report. Like automation is required for the application or not. Okay, so before entering test plan, what is required? The FR is in place, so we can write the test plan according to it. And RTM also getting after requirement analysis, and automation feasibility report, because it's required to write the test plan. And what is exit criteria? Once I have uh, return the test plan, then what is the exit criteria? I have the test plan document with me, with the all kind of test strategy and the test estimation. The third is test case development. So what is its entry criteria? I want SRS, RTM, test plan, and test strategy. All our things are in place, all documents are in place. And what is exit criteria for it? After completing this, for exit this phase, I have the test case document and test data, which is required for the next level. Now, the test environment setup, I need some test environment plans. So I can set up the test environment and environment ready for testing. Exit criteria, what is exit criteria for it? Once my environment is ready, then I can start my testing. So in the next fifth step is test execution, where the entry criteria is test cases and test data environment, which are already in place after test case development. So we can start our execution. And what is exit criteria? In which we have report bugs and test result. Now our application are working fine. All bugs are closed now. So there's come to test closure activity, where you can see the test completion activities, defect reports, like we have performed n number of test cycle on the application and report the bugs according to it. Now the what is the exit criteria, the test metrics and test closure report. So this is the way the SDLC flows. Okay. You can ask. Okay, so this is the SDLC flow. So now we have covered the SDLC and the STLC flow. Okay, in the next session, I'm telling you the types of testing, so you have get idea what type of testing performed in the test execution cycle. Then we create the test cases, develop the test plan, and we are switched into the practical approach. Okay, so this is it for today's session. I hope all things you can understand all the topics.
Nice session, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, guys.
And
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you all, student. Thank you, ma'am, once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Now we will meet at 1 o'clock for session third. So thank you all.